Well, I've got me this Murray 5-horse mower, and I had to change the carburetor. Had to get a new throttle cable, and but the problem I had was there's an intake right here, and it's supposed to go to right here. Well, that piece of rubber hose is no longer available, and so I hunted. I kind of gave up looking for it. So then I started coming up with design, and I mean, I've gone through 4 or 5 different ones. This is the one I finally came up with. Bunch of electrical fittings, and I got me a what you call here, and then I've got it tied down right here so the thing don't rattle apart. Got a bolt in the end, so really the air goes through here, sucks in here, goes through this, and then of course down. But I tell you one thing I found out that I like about it, I can peel this over. Now I can shoot some gas in there, since this carburetor doesn't have one of those button push things, get a little gas in the hootenanny that makes the thing giddy up. But with this here, just a couple little bit of squirt of gas in there, close that up, put the screw back in there, and the giddy up is going. The problem I had with this one is that when I tied from this what you call thing, hose connection thingy bopper that hooks up to, you know, through this hose on the other end, clamp it down. But this hootenanny here, the intake is too small, and I'm going to show you why I had to change it to a different style. It's more about just listening to the engine run. I say that's a big oops, forgot to tighten that up. Step 2. Okay, well, you can hear it pull down because it's not getting enough air. So then I came up with a different one. Well, the second time around, I was trying to put this monster on there. These filters will fit in here perfectly, but then I needed an intake. So that would go on there. That would be the intake going in there to the filters. And then of course this would be the output. Of course I would cut this off a little bit. I don't know. Never knew how much, because I finally got to the point where I got tired of trying to figure this one out. And so then I came up with another idea. This was from my buddy over there at Ace Hardware. He helped me because this is what I was trying to put together, and he knew exactly what I needed, so this is what he gave me. So it's not his fault, it's my fault. Now I've come up with something that's actually going to work. So I got me an electrical box, and I've got to make a thing that a do-bopper whopper that will keep this pushed up against the outlet for the air intake. Really haven't figured that out yet, other than just right now I've just got a piece of cardboard. Okay, then anyway, this one's got to go in here. Okay, got that on there. Now I gotta push this up against the other end. And then, like I said, I gotta make something to keep it up against there so it won't be, plus cover up the hole at the end of this thing. Alright, and then this slides onto here. There we go. Okay. And then the screw is going to mount in that hole right there. Hold this thing in place. See, there's that screw right there that's holding this in place. Holds all this in place. I'll have to figure out a way to get all this stuff a little bit better mounted, but in any case, all right, let's fire this thing up and see what we got. Works perfect, by golly. Okay, all we gotta do is just figure out what we're gonna do with that. Put a cover on there with some holes in it. And I think my neighbor will be happy. Definitely looks like it's been supercharged, doesn't it? Well, I just went out and cut some of the front yard, and by golly, it works great. So we'll see if it'll last through the summer.